Yo,
Hello, man.
what's up,
Eddie's
bro?
back.
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
I'm good. You too, man. How are you?
I'm very fine, man. So right now, Arsenal's new signings are cooking, and today we are going to talk about them. You know what I'm saying?
You
Good to
can see the
have you on
smile
the
on my face.
stream.
You too, bro. You can see why I'm smiling.
Welcome back to All About Arsenal, and today I have a guest on the stream, Grandmaster J. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. So excited. I can't believe what I watched today. This is amazing. After the last game we played. So
Yeah,
it's good to come back to winning ways.
it's always good to come back to winning ways. But before we go further, let's talk about our confirmed lineups. What was
Right.
your proposed lineup prior to the game?
Do you know what? Everything. Obviously, I expected Rice to start, but obviously, regardless of him not starting, then Merino came in and did the work. So I don't have any problem with the lineup. The lineup was perfect. That's exactly how I expected the game to go. Obviously, with Odegaard getting injured at some point, well, it didn't change much because when Eddie came in and just did what he had to do. So apart from that, the lineup was great. I don't see any other thing we should have done differently.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. So let's just quickly go through it. We had David Raya in goal, as expected. Calafiori was expected to also keep his place. He has been in very good form prior to today, so that was understandable. With Saliba still suffering that injury, we had Mosquera and Gabriel in the middle. So before I continue, let's talk about Saliba. I thought in the press conference, Ateta said that he trained. Were you thinking
Yeah,
he was still going to make the lineup?
yeah. I saw because sometimes I just go to these links and just check Arsenal who's training and all that stuff. Saliba was training, but obviously it's too early to rush him. Perhaps he's probably going to join the Champions League team, but I'm not sure yet. But it's just about for us to see how he goes. But maybe we just watch him just to making sure that he doesn't just re-injure himself again. I think it should be fine in the next 1 week or so.
Oh, okay, awesome. Then in the right back, we also had Timber. It was also good to see that Ben White is also back because we need the
Yeah,
kind of depth we need to have as the season progresses. So
Benny
right now,
Blanco.
yeah, what's your take on this Timber versus White fight for the right back slot?
Well, I don't think it's a fight, is it? I mean, one person does the job better than the other. Doesn't mean that the other one is like less qualified to do the job as well. I like Ben White. I really like that guy, and I like what he's done over the last couple of years for Arsenal. But this is the kind of thing that we say we need. That we need two good players in one position, and that's exactly what we got. So, say for example, Timber is injured now. Ben White comes in. I don't think I'm going to lose sleep over it. So that's exactly how we expect the game to be going. And I think seeing Ben White on the bench, it just makes me feel comfortable, knowing for the world that if Timber is injured, he comes in, and it's still we don't lose the tempo of the game as well. We just continue doing what we're doing best.
Awesome, awesome. Now let's look at the midfield. So we have Zubimendi, who was, also expected to start. But also good to know that Christian Nogard is finally back as well. He was someone that was a minutes monster at Brentford, only to come to Arsenal and get injured. So did that scare you a bit?
So the thing I'm going to tell you about Nogard, right? This is the thing with especially when you're buying players from um, a, a small quality team. I won't. I'm not dismissing Brentford as a slow quality team, but obviously they're not in the same level as Arsenal. When somebody like Nogard is there, he's going to be doing very well. That kind of thing. He's going to be outstanding. I don't know yet how he's going to fit into Arsenal because obviously he's coming into a bigger team, whereby everybody's on 150%. You know, and the thing is, I need to see how he plays for us. I'm sure he's going to do very well. And seeing from what he's done for Brentford, he's an amazing player. He's a good player. But there's a
So
difference. There's a huge difference playing for Brentford and playing for Arsenal. That's the only thing I can tell you for now. But I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be a bad player to play for Arsenal or start for Arsenal. If
yeah, but
it's a kind of
yeah, but
yeah.
are you going to consider him are you going to consider him an upgrade on Jorginho? Okay, hold on. I see someone is banging on my door. Just give me a second. Let me check
Sure,
who that
sure.
is. So sorry about that with my son. He was trying to
Oh
check
no,
on me
it's...
as
oh, bless him.
well. Yeah. Okay. So thinking about the whole Noga situation, I think he's like. Would you consider him an upgrade on the Jorginho role? Obviously we had the whole Partey and Jorginho together, and now you have Zubimendi and Nogard. So how would you rate Zubimendi and Nogard ahead of Partey and Jorginho?
Okay, so Zubi is a direct replacement for Partey, and to be honest, right, Partey, we all watch Partey. Partey is an amazing player. He's a great player. Of course, age is on his side now, and getting Zubi, who is equally a good player, was a master stroke that we did, and it was basically replacing Superman with who would I say now? Who's another strong guy that I can say? Um,
Homelander?
Homelander, yeah, something like that. So basically, you're replacing a superhero with another superhero. So basically, he's still gonna save the world. Zubi is an amazing player. He's done well since he came in. It was unfortunate that he did that tackle against Liverpool, which eventually led to the goal. But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that obviously we have to put all the blame on him. He was just trying to stop the ball. But that's what happens in the game. You make mistakes. You're allowed to make mistakes. But obviously, it's just how you learn about the mistakes and how you carry on that is what separates you from everybody else. And today he showed that he's come back from that. He's done amazing. To be honest, I wasn't expecting him to score. Because he's not a fantasy play, a fantasy kind of player. But
Yeah.
suddenly this guy is banging in 2 goals from nowhere. Like I was like, what? But oh god, that first goal, I think that goal should be a contender for goal of the season.
Yeah,
But apart
that
from
was so
that,
awesome.
removing all the goals that he did, he was everywhere. He's getting the tackles in, he's opening up, getting the space in, and making sure that we keep flowing the ball as it should be. Zubi is amazing. Now, going back to your first question about Nogard, if he's a
An
better
upgrade on
replacement
Jorginho.
to Jorginho.
Mm-hmm.
Jorginho is a fantastic passer. He might not have the weight, or how do I put it, the sprint to chase after the ball. But
Yeah,
that guy,
agility.
when he gets the ball, the way his eyes are, he's all over. He's like an eagle.
Yeah.
He can pass the ball through the mid, through a needle, basically.
Mm-hmm. And
And
yeah,
that's one of the things I liked about Jorginho. It doesn't mean that obviously he's not replaceable. He's replaceable, of course, but I think that's one of the reasons why I thought I liked him. And because obviously watching him in Chelsea, probably a lot of people don't appreciate him in Chelsea. But when you watch him in international football, like when he plays for Italy, you see the difference. You see when he plays with amazing players from all over Italy, the way he passes the ball, you can say, "Oh, this guy is unplayable, man. He's an amazing player." Then no guy is just there to do a job. He's gonna be stopping He's gonna be breaking up the play. He's gonna be doing a lot of good job for us. Like when he comes on or when he comes to substitute Zubi. But I don't think he's gonna be um
irregular.
as the same level or regular as Zubi. But I think he's gonna do a fantastic job because he's gonna be protected by a lot of good players around him as well.
Yeah, and we have a couple of folks in the chat. We have Kelechi in the chat. Welcome as always. Always good to have you. He's saying that Jorginho is actually more intelligent than Nogard, and I think on that I will agree. So let's go further up the pitch. You have the right pitch where Martin Odegaard played. What are your concerns around his form?
Martin Odegaard.
Mm-hmm.
Like how do I put it? The last game when we played Liverpool and Odegaard was still in pain, he was still injured, and I totally understand why we had to start Merino. Because the thing is that if we won that game or we got a draw, nobody's gonna have a problem with Merino starting.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that Odegaard was rushed back a little bit in that game. Do you understand? And he came in, it didn't change much. But then again, he became fit in the international game. But I don't think that problem went away. Do you understand what I mean? Because he didn't
Yeah.
get tackled badly. I don't think that problem went away. So now today shows that the problem was still there. As soon as he fell, it reconnected back to the problem again. So I think he needs a rest. Good thing is
Yeah.
that we have Waneri, who's amazing. Waneri, that
Mm-hmm.
boy is amazing, and I think he's eventually gonna take over Odegaard's position in the future. But as soon as he came in, again, you can see that our game didn't drop. It continued the free flowing, finding passes, connecting with players and everything. I wanted to play very well with Nani, and that's one of the things I enjoyed about the game today. He played amazing game with Nani. He was finding Nani all through. I know with
Yeah.
Odegaard is more. Odegaard spreads the ball, further out. He doesn't just look for one side or anything. Odegaard could easily find us from the other position. One
Yeah,
Henry was
so
much. I think he was playing more. Like he's just making sure that we hold the ball, that he doesn't lose the ball, and this is a big game for him as well. So you have to understand he's a young guy, so he's learning. But I enjoyed the game when he played with Nani. He was there supporting Nani, and Nani
yeah,
obviously, yeah.
yeah. So just give me a minute. I'm gonna check some with my son real quick.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back. Now let's go further up the page. Merino had a very, very good performance when he represented Spain against Turkey, scoring a hat trick, and
Mhm.
of course scoring that awesome goal against Bulgaria. When you saw the lineup and said my head of rice, what came to your mind?
Whenever Mourinho starts, I don't have a problem. I've always said this. Whenever Mourinho starts, I don't have a problem. That guy is an amazing, skillful player, and it's just a shame that some people don't see it. Not everybody sees it, but majority of Arsenal fans love Mourinho. We know that.
Mhm.
Last season, when we didn't have any striker, he stepped up. He
Yeah, he did
stepped up.
actually. He
He
did.
stepped up very well, played very well. When he plays in the midfield, he plays good. You understand? Maybe I don't know what some people see wrong in him. Do you understand what I mean? Because when you watch that guy with the ball, the way he is, his eyes is all over the place. He doesn't put his eyes down. The way he
Hmm.
looks every single place to make sure he gets the pass connected. The guy is a very skillful player. I love Mourinho, and I know that him starting adding to shake. It doesn't matter who starts for me because the quality of players we have now is amazing. Do you understand? And Rice didn't start, but what happened? Did we lose the game? Did we drop our tempo? No.
No.
The game continued as he was. Mourinho was all over the place, and the thing is that when you go back and watch his data, do you understand? Whatever data they're gonna bring up, you're gonna understand what I'm trying to say to you about Marino. Even with the Liverpool game, I don't think he played badly. It's just basically
Yeah.
a lot of people wanted Odegaard to start, but Odegaard was injured. But nobody, everybody wanted, "Oh, why can't you start Odegaard?" Then the same with Eze. Eze just joined the team. Do you understand?
And he needs
And
to blend as well.
you can't just throw somebody who just joined the team into the game. So our
Yeah.
starting lineup with Liverpool was perfect. I didn't see any issues with it. Some people took issues, but they only took issues with it because we lost the game.
Yeah. I'm sure if
If
we had drawn, there would have
if
been
we
this much
drew,
talk.
if we
Or
drew
even
or won,
one.
nobody's gonna have a problem with that lineup. Do you understand? I think it was a perfect lineup with the game. Last week it's just unfortunate that we lost. And the thing is that right, there's a lot of talk about. Obviously, I didn't speak to you about the last game. There's a lot of talk, and I just stayed away from a lot of chat in the group. When
Yeah.
we lost,
Yeah.
because I know a lot of people use emotion not to see things how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That game.
Everyone gets so tactical when you lose the game.
Exactly. A lot of things happened, and a lot of conversations I was listening. I was just saying, "Is it the same game I watched?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people were saying that Arsenal was defensive. Some people were saying Arsenal didn't attack. Arsenal didn't do all that. I think I was trying to stifle the game, just to try and play a negative football.
Yeah.
But the same game I was watching that we was attacking, I
Yeah.
was confused.
We're in full control actually. Come to think
I
of it.
was I was so confused. Like we had more shots than Liverpool. We had more corners than Liverpool. So if you're not attacking, how the hell did the corners come? Because the only way you
Come
can
from.
attack,
Yeah.
the only way you can get corner is by attacking,
Yeah.
and those
True.
guys defending. And I
Yeah.
was looking at all the play, everything, and I opened the data, and I was looking at the data, and I'm looking at comments, I'm looking at data, and I was thinking, I watched this game, and the data is saying
Yeah.
different from what everybody is saying. Why is everybody so confused? Like, oh, we should have done this, we should have done that. We had that game. The game
Yeah.
was
But
won by one single lucky goal. No, I won't call it lucky. It was
no,
a
no,
good, it was a good goal.
it was a fantastic goal, no doubt, though.
It was a fantastic goal.
Yeah, but
It was a
I
free
agree
kick.
with you. I agree with you because, like, just like the game against PXG, over both legs, we had 4.12 XG, while they had 1.35 XG.
Exactly.
But he ended 3-1 on aggregate. And everyone will always be focused on what the final result was rather than the intricacies within the game. That
Yeah.
happened. That's fine. Now, for our attacking trio, we had Eze, Gyokeres, and Madueke. Obviously, with Saka still out injured, Madueke was, understandably on the right flank. But were you thinking that Eze was going to start this game, or do you think we're going to stick in Martinelli?
Bro, I want to show you my fantasy league. All my teams. I have a couple of fantasy teams. Eze was on all of them.
Whoop, whoop. And you got an assist, yeah?
and he got an assist. I knew Eze was gonna start. There was no doubt about that one. You don't buy a 60 million player that is an international player that plays for England and put him on the bench. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
true.
Everybody has been saying, "Oh yeah, we need an upgrade." Eze is that upgrade on that left. Do you understand what I mean?
I agree. I agree. I
Eze
agree.
was gonna start this game, whether people thought, "Oh, he's gonna get another chance" or whatever. No, I knew Eze was gonna start because Eze is an exciting player. Don't get me wrong. I love Martinelli, and I've always said that I love Martinelli. But I think Martinelli, what he needs is like a little bit of kick on the back. Do you understand what I mean? He needs to bring his
Yeah,
A game
like
back. He needs
yeah,
to bring
like
that 2 years back Martinelli back to the game. Do you understand?
yeah.
It's
We
not.
miss
It's
that
not.
Martinelli, man.
I'm not saying that he's playing badly. Do you understand? He's not completely playing badly. Like a lot of people are saying, if you go on social media, people are cussing him out. No, he's not
Yeah.
playing badly. The problem is that he needs to now understand that there's a striker, there's a proper striker there now. Do you understand what I mean? The game is changed, and you now have to take every opportunity you get. And when you look at the qualities between Eze and Martinelli, you're probably gonna pick Eze because
Yeah.
Eze
But
is
all
miles
around
ahead.
them. Yeah, it's miles
Is
ahead.
miles
I
ahead.
agree with you.
That's
I agree with
exactly
you.
the reason why I knew that Martinelli, Eze is gonna start today ahead of Martinelli. And Martinelli
Okay.
just came in. What he's gonna do now is to watch Eze from the
Is it play?
sidelines now. And whenever
Mm-hmm.
he gets that chance, he needs to take it. He needs to take that
Yeah.
opportunity
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I'm
show
guessing.
what he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, I'm guessing that this time off from the team would also be beneficial to him because he has been on the spotlight for so long, and
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
I think it would help. So
Yeah.
let's talk about opening Nottingham Forest. Were you surprised to see Espirito Santo lose his job, and of course, and Postecoglou taking his spot?
They've been fighting, innit? They've been fighting for a long time now. What's it called? Remember when they had argument last season in the pitch? The
Yeah,
owner and him was arguing. I knew that was the end.
Marinakis. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I knew the end was near. But
Yeah,
I
it
was
was.
surprised. I was surprised that he started the season. Then I was thinking, okay, maybe they can carry on the season. Then everything's kept happening. Then again, to put everything that went wrong, then Edu came in and he also had an argument with Edu. So I knew that
Yeah,
was the end.
I was surprised to see him also fight with Edu because I was like, come on, this is a new sporting director that's coming to support you guys and do well, but all of a sudden you're having challenges with him too. So
Yeah,
the writing was on the wall for him, and I think they just needed that bad result against West Ham to put the nail in his coffin. Well,
yeah,
in terms of replacements, you have someone like Andy Postecoglou who is known for his very high line, Espirito Santo who was known for a very good defensive style. So how are the players are going to transition to that? Do you think Nottingham Forest is now going to be very terrible? Like folks who have Nico Williams, Merino in their FPL teams, do you think it's high time to sell all of them?
he's gonna have a problem if he's gonna play a high line because these guys are used to play, defending deep. So what he needs to do now is to either wait January to find the right players to do that because if you start doing it now, they're gonna let in a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Remember Tottenham. Tottenham had the better. I'll probably say Tottenham have a couple of better defenders than Nottingham Forest. Just that Nottingham Forest was lucky last season to have a good run.
Yeah.
If he tries that high line game with Nottingham Forest, they're gonna be fighting relegation. 100%. If he tries that, no matter how many goals Wood scores, they're gonna be fighting the relegation. Stop! Don't do the highlight now. Just trying to find another opportunity, like another way to get the game. Get your tactics in. He knows how to. He knows how to coach. Don't get me wrong. Watching Tottenham last season, Tottenham, yeah, there was losing games, but there was something that they play. They know how to pass. They know how to attack, and they try to control the ball. But it's just like a lot of times they just mess up in the back
Yeah,
and letting goes.
it was quite embarrassing because even though he won the Europa League, no doubt, finishing 17th in the Premier League was terrible. It seemed
Yeah, it
like
was bad.
Tottenham is
Yeah,
expected to be in those European positions, and obviously because the terrible defense he had, that kind of played a big role in it because the strikers were also
yeah,
misfiring. Now, looking
yeah.
at their squad, do you think they have the same quality to match what they did last season?
I think they got a good couple of players. There was this kid that came on today. That was
Bakwa?
no, I can't remember his name. He was given a run as soon as he came on second half. He was given a run to California. California had to bring him down, get a yellow. That guy, he
Yeah,
looked,
that was Bakwa. Yeah,
yeah,
the French
backward.
guy.
As soon as I saw the guy, I said, "Who the hell is this guy? This guy, he seems exciting. He seems like he's gonna do well." Obviously they lost Elanga, so they needed somebody
Yeah,
as good as Elanga to come into that position. So if these guys start getting the game, you're gonna see a lot of these guys' name is gonna come out there. You're gonna see a lot of people talk about him because as soon as he came in, I was thinking, who's this guy? He's giving me a bit of heart palpitations as he keeps running.
Yeah.
I was saying, no, we're on 2-0. No, surely no, Arsenal is not gonna mess up this. No, no, definitely not. But yeah, he as soon as California brought him down and got the yellow, I knew there was time for California to go. And good thing is that I got California in my fantasy team simply
Yeah. So
because I know he's not going to play the full 90 games. So as soon as
yeah,
we're
yeah.
on clean
So
sheet,
yeah, he
it
bagged the
comes
clean
out.
sheet. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome. That's a good idea actually.
yeah,
Until when the scale starts and you go into meltdown.
yeah. I was hoping that he scored a goal today, but unfortunately he didn't score. So that's one of those things.
Now let's speak about their main striker, Chris Wood. He had a fantastic season last year, scoring 20 goals in the Premier League. No one expected him to do that. And this season, he started well with the game against Brentford, where he scored a brace. But in the last two, obviously, he hasn't scored. Do you think he's going to replicate that form, or right now he's getting older, he's going to be on the decline?
That guy is getting older. He's getting older. Don't forget that he was playing with Elanga and Hudson Odoi last season, and they knew how to find him. And including that guy in the middle. What's his name again? The England
Gibbs White,
international,
Morgan
James
Gibbs
White.
White.
They know how
Yeah.
to play together. So he's probably gonna get the same. He's probably gonna do well this season, but I don't know if he's gonna do as well as he did last season. One of the problems is seeing that the team has changed slightly with new players
Mm-hmm.
coming in and a new
Mm-hmm.
manager. So it's just for us to see how he plays out in the long run because if the tactics changes, then he might not get a lot of service upfront. So and one thing I know is that they need to start looking for a replacement for him because he's getting old as well. He's 32 now, so going to 33. So he
Yeah.
can't do this for a long time now. So chances are they need to start looking for somebody who plays his kind of game, a tall striker who's quick as well. But
Mm-hmm.
for now, I think he's gonna do a good job. But I don't know how good he's gonna do like last season.
Okay, so speaking of injuries, they had a terrible loss in form of Ola Aina, who played for us
Mm.
during the international break and they discovered that he was going to be out for as much as 3 months,
Oh wow,
which allowed Nico Williams to move from the left hand side to the right hand side. But
yeah,
that also allowed Murato to come into the game, and Murato was cooked badly by
yeah,
Madueke. So let's talk about
yeah.
Madueke. How did you rate his performance on the day?
Hey, you know what? When one of the things I said, like when we went for mod working, wasn't about if he's talented or not. No, the guy is talented. It was about us keep going back to Chelsea to get players from Chelsea.
Yeah, there
It's
was so
like,
much backlash in that move.
yeah, but that's my only issue. Do you understand? I don't have a problem with the guy. It's just what I was thinking is that we have amazing scouts, right? So you have to be looking out everywhere, not just in London. Do you understand? You can't just make it easy for yourself. Just go around, discover on talents. But then again, as soon as I settled down, I said, you know what? I understand why we probably went for Madueke. He's an England international.
Yeah.
He's already started playing in Premier League. He's
He's
played in the top.
homegrown. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's played in a top club like Chelsea. His experience. What could go wrong? Then this guy, first game he started, I think
Against
Saka was
Leeds.
injured. Yeah, against Leeds. This guy was good. He was good against Leeds. So it was unfortunate not to get a goal. And
Mm-hmm.
against Liverpool, he did very
Yeah,
well as
yeah,
well.
he was our best player actually against Liverpool,
He
as
gave
far as I'm
Keke
concerned.
he gave Keke a good run of game. He gave Keke a proper good run. Then
Yeah,
today, oh my God,
it
I don't know
was.
why he missed out on man of the match. I understand he didn't score assist, so he missed out on man
Mm-hmm.
of the match. But if this guy got at least one assist or one goal, he should have been man of the match.
I
He was our
agree.
best
Yeah,
player
he was
on the
outstanding.
pitch.
Mm-hmm.
He creamed those guys. He deal with those guys. It's that Murillo guy, and the other one had to go off injured. Oh my God, he was so good. Nani
Okay.
was so good. He was just unlucky not to get an assist or goal,
Yeah, I
and
agree with
he
you.
connected well. There was you remind him of all the things that he was doing. There's a time he connected with Gyokeres as well when Gyokeres came on the right,
Yeah, yeah,
and he gave
yeah.
him that ball and Gyokeres shot on the bar. I was thinking,
Man, no,
my God,
that was mad. That was a mad. That
we
was a. Oh
we
my
are
God.
saying that Gyokeres is not getting service. Gyokeres is getting service. He got so many. Do you know how many touches Gyokeres had today? He had a lot of ball.
Yeah, yeah.
He had a
Yeah.
lot of ball today, and then he did the same thing with Timber as well. So we have a good play on our hands. So one
Yeah.
thing like I said to you
And he's
earlier
just
on,
23.
exactly. So if you remember what I said to you, right? about Ben White and Timber.
Mm-hmm.
It is good to have a good player on each position. Now we know we
Yeah.
have Saka. Now we know we have Madueke. Saka injured,
Yeah.
Madueke enters. Madueke injured, Saka. Do you understand? It's gonna be
Yeah.
there.
I,
And the thing is
I,
that at
yeah.
the 70th minute, say for example,
Mm-hmm.
Saka has been giving you a run around all game. 70th minute, you get hooked, and Saka gets hooked. Like say for example, they rest him,
Yeah.
bring on Nani Madueke, who's a good
More,
runner as well.
more
None
mayhem
is
and team
gonna
mayhem.
None is gonna finish that None is gonna finish that defender who's already tired from Saka.
For Saka.
Imagine that.
Yes,
Oh
I
my god.
agree. No, it was quite good. It was quite good. And I really love the combination play as well.
Yeah.
You know, when you think of the fact that we're coming from a lifestyle where we used to have Raheem Sterling and Reece Nelson to this, I'm really, really, really happy about it. So
Um.
let's talk
Yeah.
about
Go on.
the man of the hour, Martin Zubimendi. So let's look at his numbers. So he had 43 accurate passes. He had 3 shots. His XG was 0.20. He had 48 touches of the game. He had 5 accurate long balls. He even won three of his duels as well. This was a 10 over 10 performance for me. And I'm like, this is a defensive midfielder. Madueke was not signed in this club to score goals. However, what he did today was amazing. Let's talk through two goals. A normal corner kick crossed, a defender knows it out, and look at the technique he used to blast that ball in. That was amazing. You know, there's a kind of players that when they score this type of goals, everybody be screaming like mad about them. But you see how effortless it was to him. What's your take on his performance on the day?
I screamed when he scored that first goal. I screamed. I screamed blue mother. I wasn't expecting it. I was thinking the ball is gonna go over the bar. But hold on, the ball went into the net. I was like, what the hell? Goal of the season already, and it's only 3 games in. No
Bro,
way, bro. That
man.
again. Do you know what? Like I said, right? I'm not expecting. Obviously, we're not expecting Zubimendi to be scoring goals or assisting. That's not his job. His primary
Mhm.
job is to make sure he breaks up the play and
Yeah,
make sure
yeah,
our ball is still flowing and everything. To add the goal today, that was unexpected. But
yeah, I
we
agree.
will take it. We will take it. We're not, it's not like we're not gonna take it. We're excited about that. He scored 2. The second goal, this guy is short. I saw this guy is like
Yeah.
I don't know if he's 4 feet or
5'8"
something.
or 5'11" or something. But
How
for
the
him to
hell
out jump that defender and score that, I was shocked
he
actually.
adjured that defender and scored that goal? How? How? This is the thing. This is the thing. Like Arsenal is so exciting, right? The thing is that we us Arsenal fans, right? And this is I always say this, right? And I know all of us we haven't won a trophy, a major trophy in 5 years.
Yeah.
Everybody's upset. We know that, and it's what we want. You understand? But doesn't mean
Mm.
that without the trophy we cannot enjoy our team. Do you understand? We
Yeah,
should be able
but
to enjoy the team without thinking. Leave the trophies come at the end of the season. Let's enjoy this team. Let's see this team how it's meant to be. I know it's a big deal. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say anybody whose main priority is to get a trophy. I've watched Arsenal win many trophies in my time. I've
yeah,
watched
I
Arsenal
agree.
win trophy that I got you so used to winning trophies. So imagine me saying that. That somebody who started watching Arsenal when Arsenal is winning doubles, winning FA Cup, winning Premier League, and all that stuff, and suddenly we go through 20 years without winning Premier League or something like that. And then I'm telling everybody to stay calm. It's going to come eventually. The problem we have
Yeah.
is that other teams are getting good as well. They're getting better. Look at
No,
Liverpool.
everyone is upgrading. Come on, you have no
Yeah,
choice about
everybody's
that.
upgrading. Look at Liverpool now. We had the problem of Pep, farming the league, winning back to back. As soon as we got so good to now start beating Pep, then in come
Someone
Liverpool.
else, yeah, slots
And
just come with his
so
problems.
so I think what's gonna happen this season is gonna be about Arsenal trying to win all the games in front of them, and let's
Mm-hmm.
hope that Liverpool and Man City somehow get drop points at some point. Maybe Liverpool
Yeah,
might not get lose a lot of games, but surely they might get a few draws as well. And those draws
yeah,
is what we have to pounce on to use it to end the season as champions.
yeah,
And I
but
believe that this is our opportunity.
yeah, but see my problem here. Liverpool get results even when they don't play well. Against
Yeah,
Bournemouth, they scored 2 goals. Bournemouth equalized 2 goals with Semenyo. Last 10 minutes, 2 goals came up. Against Newcastle, they had a red card, right? They
yeah.
even went as far as getting into 2-2 at the 89th minute. But we had the youngster, Real Mohad, now make it 3-2. Against Arsenal, they were not outstanding, but they still got the result.
No.
So that's the challenge with the club like Liverpool right now. They are doing so well, and I think they have that fear factor that Man City used to have, where
Yeah.
as games go on, they can still keep playing on. And of course, the signing of Alexander Isak is actually like a game changer for them. But obviously, Arsenal is quite good enough, and we'll see how we can keep challenging them. Okay, so
Yeah.
we have Arinze
Sorry,
Osebo
sorry,
on the chat.
let me go back to that Liverpool game, right? If you remember that Liverpool game, that
Mhm.
game was very open to any both of the teams to play. Liverpool
Yeah,
respected Arsenal so much. They were scared of us, right? The
true.
problem was that that game was so open that it could have gone either way. It's unfortunate it
Yeah,
went to them, and the
yeah.
goal came from a free kick, and that was their only opportunity to win the to score or win the game. They couldn't come near our
Mhm.
defenders. Salah was ineffective. Salah was one of the best players in the world. Was
Yeah,
ineffective. He couldn't.
Calafiori put him in his pocket.
California
I
put him on the
remember.
pocket. Like so, nothing happened in that game. So the loss was sad, yeah, but it wasn't like I wouldn't kill myself over it because I know all you have to do win the next game. Who do we have next? Nottingham Forest. That should be a winnable game, and that's exactly what happened today.
I agree.
So
I agree.
we're back.
I agree.
We're back on that. So obviously Liverpool's gonna play an easy game tomorrow, which is
Burnley,
Burnley,
yeah,
and
against Burnley,
chances
yeah.
are they're gonna win the game. So we know fully well we're gonna win the game. The games we want Liverpool to be drawing and to be losing is games against clubs like Chelsea, um,
Man
Tottenham,
City,
Man
Tottenham.
City, Man
Mhm.
United. Those are the games we expect them to drop points, and those are the games we should take opportunity to win.
Mhm. I agree with you. So we have Arinze Osebo on the chat. He's saying Jay, he sees you, and he's talking about the great game we had. Good analysis from Jay, and Zubimendi is a man of the match for me. So Arinze, welcome to chat. Good to have you. And I agree with you. Zubimendi had an amazing game, and obviously we have
Yeah,
to keep hoping that he does more of this. So let's go
yeah.
to the next person on our list, and that's Viktor Gyökeres. He is someone that has been under some form of pressure. You know, when he started his debut, when he played his debut for us against Manchester United, he had a terrible game in all honesty. He came against Leeds, had the chance, scored this very good goal, scored the penalty. Against Liverpool, he didn't have that much chances, honestly, to work with. Then, of course, we had the game against Nottingham. What I love about Gyokeres is the fact that this is a predatory striker. He's like our answer to the club since Aubameyang. You could
Mm,
see what happened when Eze gave him that ball, he scored, right? In the same vein, Madueke worked with Timber to actually play a ball from the right hand side, and the
yeah,
Rice could not react on time to get the ball. And that's the difference
yeah.
between a player like Gyökeres and a player like Rice and all that. So far, what's your take on Gyökeres?
Do you know what? Yeah, this is the thing. I don't know if you saw my comment today because I was waiting for him to score a goal today so I can come at some people that was shitting on him. So I'm very petty on that sort of thing. Yeah. So let me tell you
Yeah,
something. Right?
yeah.
So what I'm seeing from a small section of Arsenal fans that are complaining about Gyokeres is that you guys are putting too much pressure on this guy more than any other person. He's new in our team. I don't expect
Mhm.
Gyokeres. I don't expect Gyokeres to okay, he's a human being. It's not every game that he must score. But
Yeah.
tell me his numbers. His numbers 3 out of 4, 4 games,
Mhm.
right? Is he not
Yeah.
doing the primary job that he came to do? It's
He
not
is
every game.
actually.
He's not gonna score every game. There will be some games that are gonna be tough. That's gonna be difficult for him to get opportunity to score. Like the Man United game, we saw how that game ended up. It was more about us playing a very good defensive game, playing away at Old Trafford and making sure that we keep clean sheet while winning the game. Gyökeres had opportunity, but obviously that was his first game. It was a bit rough. But the second game was against Liverpool, right? So a lot of people are saying he didn't get opportunity. Liverpool have a very good defense. Do you understand? And we didn't
Yeah.
have a lot of opportunities to be creating opportunities, for him to get. Don't forget that was the same game Odegaard got injured and had to sub off as well. So that
Mhm.
left a lot of gap in the game. So that doesn't mean that if Gyökeres gets an opportunity, he's not gonna score. He's gonna score. Definitely, he's gonna score. Then he scored 2 goals against Leeds. Then somebody says to me, "I'm worried about Gyökeres." I said, but he scored 2 goals in 3 games. He said, yeah, 1 goal was a penalty. So hold on a minute. All the penalties Haaland scores and Salah scores.
And Salah scores.
Does
Yeah,
anybody
you
go
give
and say
it.
that, oh, it's not part of the goal? But at the end of the day, everybody says, oh, Salah is amazing. Haaland is amazing. when they score like 10 penalties or 7 penalties, nobody has a problem with it. But our own Arsenal
Yeah.
fans will have a problem because one of his goals is a penalty. Okay, now
Yeah.
he scored 2 open play goals and 1 penalty. What's that? Gyökeres is a monster. He's already scored 3
Yeah.
goals.
Yeah.
He's
I'm so
gonna
happy.
fight for that golden boot with Haaland. Gyökeres is gonna
Mm-hmm.
get a lot of opportunities, right? We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
finish. The next game we have is Man City. Once that Man City game finishes, we're gonna have easier run of the games going
Yeah,
forward,
I
right?
agree. Yeah.
And I
Mm-hmm.
expect Gyökeres to be banging in at least 2-3 if he plays at least 70 minutes. 70 minutes. But then again, we have to protect him as well. Just like when he was hooked off in 67 minutes today.
Yeah,
I
to allow
expected him
Merino
to
go and
come off.
strike. Yeah, that was a good move for him because we
I
have so
expected
many
him.
games.
He was my captain in fantasy football, right? But I
Uh-huh.
was so happy that he was hooked because at the end of the day, we have a Champions League game on Tuesday, and we
Yeah.
have more games coming. So you have to protect it. He's our only fit striker right now. Do you understand?
Yeah,
So the only way to protect him is to be taking him off every now and then.
yeah, and
But
I'm
Gyökeres, I don't
actually
have a
happy.
problem with him.
Yeah, I'm actually happy about Ateta right now because we had the issue of him not rotating the squad enough, and he mentioned it this year that he's going to do more of that. And I'm guessing you got the kind of quality that we have in the team. So Gyökeres now in the squad could come out in the 63rd minute for to allow Merino to go and strike. But the question I have for you is this, Jay: when Kai Havertz come, how are they going to work on their minutes?
They're gonna anyhow the manager feels that the team is gonna win. So say for example that we're playing a club like Sunderland. Perhaps maybe start Havertz to give Gyökeres a breather. Do you understand what I mean? And when we're playing a big team, start Gyökeres. Just keep subbing them. Just maybe give Gyökeres like 60 minutes and bring on Havertz. Put the balance to
Mm-hmm.
the game. Do you understand what I mean? Havertz, I like
Mm-hmm.
Havertz. Don't get me wrong. He's a fighter for the team. He might not be that your out and out striker that everybody expects. Do you understand what I mean? But this guy fights, plays his heart out whenever he plays for Arsenal. I don't have a problem with him. It's just that we needed that out and out striker, which is Gyökeres. That's his job.
Yes.
That's his main job. Havertz has
Mm-hmm.
always been a midfielder. He's always been a midfielder who was converted late as a striker. So of
Yeah.
course he's gonna do the limit that his talent shows. But that doesn't mean that if he comes on as a striker, he's not gonna do well for us. He's okay. He
Yeah, I
combines
agree
well
with
with our
you.
players. And if you watch, whenever Havertz is playing and Rice is in the team, they combine very well. They play very well. Rice always
Yeah.
finds him. Yeah.
Okay, so we have Sima Major in the chat. Thanks for coming today. He said we played well today, and I agree. And there's an interesting comment here from Marinzi Osego. He said, I'm happy for Gyökeres. He needed that goal after the international break. Jay, I think it's the media and rivals putting so much pressure on him. I think he needs to relax and block the noise. So, yeah, I think these things really get to this player because if you remember when he scored lead, he did the whole hair stuff. And when they asked him about it, he said he was talking about his critics. So I think it's very evident that these players actually read about what's going on around them. Like that time when we went to sign Madueke and he put a snapshot on that hate message that he received from the fans and all that. So my question is, how much pressure do the fans continue to put on these players, and do you think it's something that needs to be changed in the future?
I mean, like what Nani Madueke went through before he when we signed him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. The thing is that again, we can't just blame external people for this. Is some of them are from Arsenal fans, and that is the problem we have. Some Arsenal fans are now so impatient that they start bullying and insulting players that we get, and that is so unfair. If a player is coming, once he puts that red shirt, he's my brother, he's my player. It doesn't matter who you are. The insult on
Mm-hmm.
Madueke was disgusting, and I can't remember the last player that got that sort of insult when we got him. I think Ramsdale got that as well when we bought him.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I find
Like,
it
like
disgusting.
always getting relegated and stuff like that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's
people were
crazy.
sending him nasty messages. Once somebody comes to Arsenal, puts on the shirt, he's an Arsenal player, right? Whatever you think, regardless of him, support the player. And yeah, if you're allowed to make jokes. We can make jokes about what the guy did or whatever. But to be throwing insult and making the guy feel like not putting effort, because what's gonna happen is that when they enter the pitch, they're gonna be worrying about what people are gonna think about them instead of them
Yeah.
playing their game. Look at Nani today.
True.
He doesn't care about what anybody thought about him. Look at that guy. Look at how he was going
He was he
going
was
for it.
enjoying he was enjoying his football,
He was
man. Yeah, I agree
enjoying
with
his
you.
game. He was
Yeah, I
enjoying his
agree.
game. Another person I wanted to see is my boy. What's his kid
That
name?
man.
Oh, Doman. Oh God, I wanted to see him today as well. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if when we took off Madrek and Doman
Yeah,
came in on that same wing?
yeah.
That
Yeah, I was thinking he was going to come in instead of Martinelli. That was an interesting
yeah.
substitution. You know, because that
I
man would
think
have cooked. That man would have finished that defender, man. That guy is
that
just
that that
something else.
that defender would have asked his mind to sub him because it's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
it's
now,
good.
let's talk about the player ratings. You know, so we're going to look at each individual performance and basically talk through them one after the other. And I will
Yeah.
start with David Raya. He didn't do much in the game, but he had that amazing save from Chris Wood that clipped the
Yeah, that
bar.
hit the bar. Yeah. Do you
Mm-hmm.
know what?
And prior to the game, go
We we
ahead.
we con we control that game so much that David Raya should have gone shopping for his wife and come back as well. we con Do you know what? These guys, I think it was in the end of first half that these guys actually came close to our 18-yard box. And they
Mm-hmm.
committed a mention there because they haven't even come close since then. David Raya was so like he was so relaxed today. You know, he's passing. Oh my God, he's so, like the way he plays under pressure.
Oh
Like,
no,
oh
no,
God, this guy is so good.
he's amazing. Like,
Yeah, he could have just.
and I remember the backlash Arsenal fans gave Ateta when they signed him and put him ahead of Ramsdale. You know, it was very
Yeah,
evident
I
that
know.
we also only
I
wanted
don't think.
him.
I can't remember getting backlash. I think what was, the issue was basically when we got him, we didn't know. Nobody knew what Ateta was planning. Who's gonna be number one? Is Ramsdale still gonna be number one, or David Raya still gonna be number one? That was the issue. And a lot of people, because Ramsdale is already doing well, he was doing a lot of good things. He was keeping the ball. He changed everybody's mind that he's a good keeper,
Yeah,
and everybody fell into
yeah.
it. Then suddenly we're getting Raya, and everybody's just saying, okay, what's the plan? What's the plan? We only just bought Ramsdale, paid 30 million for 30 odd million for
For
Ramsdale, and
him.
suddenly we're getting
Mm-hmm.
Raya to come and bench him. And Raya was on loan as well, if you remember.
Yeah.
And coming
Yes.
from on
From
loan to become
Nottingham.
coming from on loan to come and bench a permanent player, that was what a lot of people was confused about. But apart from that, like Raya proved everybody wrong. He's made mistakes as well. Don't get me wrong, he's not perfect, but
Oh, of
he's
course, yes,
done
yes.
well. He's done amazing since he became an Arsenal player. When he
Mm-hmm.
came out on loan, he's done very well. Yeah. So
Yeah.
today he didn't need to do much because the back four protected him. He didn't even need to do much. Like I said, he could have easily gone shopping for his wife and come back, and the game would still be there.
And I think he actually went shopping. Maybe the camera didn't get him when he eventually did that. Okay,
Yeah, probably.
so let's go to Julian Timber. Another excellent performance from Timber. You know, the way he bombs up and down the flanks, the way he defends, even in the attacking third, it's just an amazing thing. And of course, he almost had an assist if Rice converted his chance. So, what do you think about Timber's performance today?
Oh, Timber was amazing. Timber is always amazing. Everybody knows that. Timber is always amazing. The thing about Timber is that it's not just about being amazing. This is different between him and Ben White. Don't get me wrong. Like I said to you, Ben White is is a great right back as well. One thing about Timber is that he's very smart. He's very smart in the right back because a lot of wingers when they get the ball, the first thing they do is try and take on a right back or a defender. Timber always anticipates that before the ball comes. And that's what a
Yeah,
lot of people don't understand. And that's why you see that he gets less yellow cards when he plays for Arsenal. Notice
true,
that.
true.
So going forward, just notice that he doesn't get so much. A lot of right backs and left backs get yellow cards, which is fine. Sometimes you can take one for the team to try and break up the game. But notice that Timber is so smart that he anticipates the ball so that he doesn't, and then you cannot pass him. That's another thing.
Yeah,
When
it's
he's
very
there,
yeah.
he already knows what he's gonna do.
He's like a bus stop man. It's very very difficult. I
Exactly.
think he's one of the best 1v1 defenders in the league. It's very difficult to actually pass him.
At some point, I was just like, oh, and the commentator said, oh, Otsunondo has the ball now. I said, oh shit, this guy is playing today. And I totally forgot that he was in the team. And that's how bad it
Wow,
was. That's how bad Timber covered that guy that you don't even realize. Because
wow.
think about it for a second, right? Madueke was taking on the left back for the other team, right?
Yeah, Murato,
And
yes.
you can see them struggling. Can you see anybody Timber struggling against
At all,
anybody,
man.
even the best?
True.
This Timber is the same one that marked Liverpool winger. What's his called? What's this guy's name again? Um,
Gakpo,
uh,
Cody Gakpo.
Gakpo, yes.
Yeah, he's
Did you
countryman.
what did Gakpo do in the game? He couldn't do much in the
Yeah.
game, and that's exactly what says when he says when you have a quality player in a particular position, and that's what Timber is. He's a very smart, skillful guy that he could anticipate the game, the ball before he even gets to the player. Now that's why he can cover everything. He's
I
good.
agree. So on the other flank, we had Calafiori. This wasn't as the previous performances he has been giving so far, but I think he still played very well. Just that when
So
he got the yellow card, I think he was kind of under pressure and he had to leave. So what do you think of that?
yeah, California is a brilliant player. He's more attacking than defending. He's good at
Yeah.
defending. Don't get me wrong. He's good at defending, but sometimes, unlike Timber, he doesn't anticipate it. Like Timber anticipates it. That's exactly why he got the yellow card today. But if you notice, one of the things that helps California on that position is somebody like Gabriel coming closer, coming to that left flank to
Yeah,
support him,
to cover him, yes.
to cover him so he can go further up front. That's one of the things that helps him. That's one of the things. That's why a lot of goals don't get leaked on that side when Gabriel is there. And but if you remember, at the point was it guy Ndoye or something like that had a shot
Yeah,
in
do
and Raya
you?
stopped
Yeah.
it. That was California again, letting that guy come through there. And that is one of
Yeah.
the things I need him to work on. Don't get me wrong. He's a professional footballer. I can tell him to, how to play, but he should try and see if he can, block those attackers that come from his position much more than like just exactly like how Timber does it. Because if he does it, close. But attacking wise, he's good at helping the winger. He's good at help. If you see how he was playing with Ezra today, he's always up
Yeah,
front.
yeah,
He's doing
yeah.
well. He does very well there. Yeah,
And he can
he's
also
good.
invert well too. I agree. So now I'm looking at centre back, another brilliant display from Mosquera. Like I remember back in
Uh
the day when Saliba got injured in 2 seasons ago, and we replaced him in Rob Holding, and our season was over. Imagine if he had a Mosquera that campaign. Like this boy is amazing. Think that he's just 21 years, and see the kind of confidence, the way he anticipates, the way he builds up play, the way he progresses play. I'm so happy that we have a player like him in our ranks, and now Saliba can take his time to get fully fit because of his performance. So, what do you think about Mosquera?
Do you know what? I'm gonna start with this guy that we sent to what's his name again? The our player that went
Kivior,
from loan, Kiro. Yeah,
Kivior.
Kiro was so good last season, and I didn't want him to leave. I didn't want him to leave. But then again, we got Mascara, and I know that once we get Mascara, there's a chance that he's gonna leave. And I haven't seen Mascara play, obviously. But he was, according to his ratings in Valencia, he was doing very well. He was doing amazing. But
Mm-hmm.
this is the first time when he came on. I think for Liverpool game, he didn't he didn't put his foot wrong.
A foot
But
wrong, yeah.
but today is when I watched him properly for the first time. All I was saying is a Saliba reborn. He was so good. There's something about when somebody has the ball, the confidence when he receives the ball, when he's going for the ball, there's a confidence that he has. I
Yeah,
said,
he's so
this is
composed.
so composed. It's like somebody carrying like somebody gives you an egg and tell you to use the egg to run across the street.
Yeah,
And he's just holding the egg, knowing fully well that nothing's gonna happen. That's exactly what Mascara was doing today. He was
I
so
agree. I agree.
confident, knowing fully
Yeah.
well that nothing's gonna go. And I wasn't scared for once, but he was good. He was brilliant. He was brilliant
Mm-hmm,
today.
mm-hmm.
He was
Of
brilliant
course,
today.
another simple performance from Gabriel. He continues to
Oh,
show how good he is, and you can see how
Gabby,
he was
Gabby is a
showing.
leader.
Yeah.
Gabby's a leader. Gabby's a leader. He's a leader in the back. I think a lot of things we obviously when we're watching the game, we don't hear them talk. We don't hear. But when you look at Saliba talking, you can tell that he's getting everybody to be in the position. He knows
Mm-hmm.
exactly what to do, and the guy is very smart. Just like Timber, Gabby is the same. Gabby is very
Yeah.
smart. He anticipates what the whoever is coming for him. If it's a striker or winger, he anticipates
Mm-hmm.
it, and that's one of the things I like about this kind of defenders. Timber and Gabriel are very smart in anticipating the ball to come to them. And that is
Mm-hmm.
what we should be grateful for. We should be happy about that. And hopefully he doesn't get injured. He was injured last season.
Oh
And
yeah,
obviously,
yeah. His hamstring. That was a terrible
yeah,
one.
our strength, he had an operation as well.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully he stays fit this season as well. So we can go all the way. And yeah, he's a leader. He's a leader. He's a smart leader.
Okay, so I know we're talking about Merino, Zubimendi, Odegaard. Let's talk about Izzy. What is your take on Izzy's performance today?
Eze was good today. I remember that one time I screamed that I thought he's gonna pass the ball. Then next thing he dribbled this guy went forward.
Man,
I was
yeah,
like,
that,
this is what I expected.
that tight space, right?
Yeah.
That was gangster, man. That was
Now
gangster.
the difference between Eze's game and recent Martinelli,
Martinelli,
you can
yeah,
tell that Eze is smarter. Eze is
very.
smarter. He's very smart. He's smarter than Martinelli. And even though, like, yeah, when you have the ball, your head can be down at some point. But Eze is looking for passes. Eze is looking
Yeah.
for somebody to combine with because he's used to that. And the way we do our own is different. He's used to that in Crystal Palace. Like he knows, like if he's gonna give the ball to maybe what's this the Crystal Palace striker, he gives the ball and he knows the guy is gonna give him straight
JB,
away.
John
Yeah,
Philip, Mateta.
Matata, yeah. He works very well with him. But then again, this is his first game working with Gyokeres. And what happened? He gave an assist. So Eze is he's a good player that I think he's gonna do a lot of things for us this season. First assist, first game, first assist, first start, first assist. I can't wait for him to score. And he had a chance to score today as well. He
Yes,
had a
he
lot
did
of shots.
actually.
Something I haven't seen in that wing for a long time. I haven't
Yeah,
seen that in a long time. He was shooting. He was
yeah,
shooting. And that's what we need sometimes. When you're in the box, be selfish. Because you don't know
true.
what's going to happen. Because if you shoot the ball, chances are the ball is going to hit somebody and go into the net, or it's going to rebound. And then
Yeah,
the striker gets the opportunity to do that. That's exactly what we expect to be happening there. And that's the difference between him and Martinelli. So I think
yeah,
he's
I
going to
agree.
bring a different aspect. What I need, I guess what we're going to see going forward is chances are 70th minute, he doesn't come out. Martinez is gonna come fresh and have a good run at the defenders. And I think
Okay.
Martinez is gonna watch his game. And he's gonna say, look, this
Yeah,
guy
you
is
need to
benching
learn
me
from
now.
him.
Yeah, Martinez is gonna say to himself, this guy is benching me now. I need to see what he's doing differently that the manager prefers him over me. And that's how
Yeah,
Martinez is gonna get because Martinez, how old is he? He's 23. So he has a lot of
yeah,
learning to do.
yeah. He's quite
So
young actually.
and Eze is 27. So Martinez has like a lot of learning to do. So I'm not gonna write this guy off, and I think that Martinez is gonna still be a big player for Arsenal. He's gonna continue, doing very well for us.
Now, so let's talk about the substitutes that came on. The first sub was Ethan Waneri, who
Yeah,
came on for Odegaard because of the injury. Waneri
yeah,
is basically Odegaard's heir apparent, and he had a good
yeah.
performance. Doesn't outstanding, but at least he showed. And what I was very happy was the fact that he was one that came on this time. That showed confidence that the club has in him. And with Odegaard potentially injured for quite a while, do you think he's going to get a similar level of games in the team?
Wanere, Wanere is my boy. Wanere is one of the best. He's one of the best young players to come out from Arsenal's academy, and I think this
Yeah.
boy is gonna go further. The confidence he has with the ball, he doesn't care who's coming after him. He's gonna do what he wants to do with the ball, and
Yeah.
his passing was good. Like I said to you earlier on, he was working very well with Madueke, and he kept doing that over and over again. He had opportunity to get an assist as well, but obviously it didn't happen. But like I said, when he came on, our tempo didn't change. Our tempo continued, and that's one of the things that I enjoyed about his game today. And I think obviously, if Odegaard is going to be out, then one area is going to be there to replace him in the team. If it's not
Yeah.
one area, then chances are Ez is going to be in that position.
Yeah,
Then
true.
Martinelli is going to come in as well. So that's the thing. That's exciting. This is an exciting time for us because we know that Eze can play two positions,
Yeah.
and he can play that position or that. So it depends on what the manager wants to do, what he thinks is best. But we're gonna be looking forward to that. I can't wait for Tuesday because I need to see how our team our players do on Tuesday.
Yeah, because and it's quite important to know that at least in every position there's the confidence that whoever that is going to come in will do as well as because obviously you have people like Madueke who is supposed to be in Saka's position and we didn't really miss Saka. Madueke actually did
Mm.
so amazingly well, and that's a good thing. So the
Yeah.
next sub we're going to talk about is Miles Lewis Kelly. I think he has kind of lost his place to Calafiori. At the end of last season, I was thinking that he was going to be our main left back. But I think I'm interested with the way they are kind of struggling with each other to get that position. It can only make the team better. But are there any things in Marcelo Kelly's game that you think he needs to improve on?
No, I don't think. Do you know what? I don't think that Luis Kelly took over the position from California last season. I think California was injured last season. He was
Yeah,
injured a couple of times, and if you remember his injuries, it was unfortunate injuries. Some of them was just the way he fell, and
yeah, yeah,
he had to be
impact.
out. California was that position was meant to be his. Do you understand? So one, it was good that Skelly came in He did very well in that position. He made a couple of mistakes. Don't get me wrong. He got a few red cards and all that stuff and cost a few goals. But that doesn't mean that he's not good. He's good. The good thing is that we know how good he is. That if California is injured, he can come in and step in there as well. So
Yeah.
the way the manager is managing him is perfect. California plays 60, 70 minutes. Come out, Luis Kelly get a run. And Luis Kelly is an England international now as well. So if you think about that, two managers cannot just be wrong by picking him to start for their team. You
I
understand what I
agree.
mean?
I
So
agree.
he's an amazing player. He's a good kid from our academy, and I think we're gonna enjoy this guy growing into the team.
Yeah, that's true. And then look at Declan Rice coming on as a sub. I was kind of happy to see him get some rest. Rice is someone that hardly gets rest, plays many games. And even with Merino in the side, you could see that he was not even missed. Obviously, he almost had the chance to make it 3-0, but he missed out on it. But right now, what do you think about Declan Rice? Do you think that there will be more games that should be rested, or should we be playing consistently every game?
Deck is Mr. Arsenal. Deck is Mr. Arsenal. I would have preferred him not to start this game, not to come in at all, because I know he's going to play a lot of games going forward. But him coming in shows again, it shows the quality we have.
Yeah.
Somebody out, somebody in fact, if you're looking at our bench, right? Doesn't he give you like what do you call those words?
Joy,
Gives you
man. Joy.
joy.
That's
Don't
the
like
word, man.
you're pinching yourself. Remember the back in the days when we get a quality player injured and you're looking at the bench saying who's gonna come in? And you're looking at
Yeah.
all these people that cannot do the same thing they're doing.
Zinchenko,
Oh my god.
Sterling,
Oh
all
my
those
god.
youngsters. I agree. It's
You
quite awesome.
you
It's quite awesome.
you're even calling recently. I'm calling back in the days. Back in the days, like even
Then
from even
Henri and
from
Perez and co.
even from Wenger era. I mean,
Oh,
if you look at the bench back then, like sometimes we don't have good quality bench. But I
yeah,
think
true.
this season is the first time that you can look at the bench and say, you know what, every single
Okay.
person sitting on that bench can actually start Arsenal
Yeah,
team.
yeah, and
You
it's so
know,
crazy that even with the band of bench we have, we still have Saliba, Saka, Gabriel Jesus, and Havertz injured with all the kind of scores that we still have. So it's quite
yeah,
amazing to see what Arsenal has done. Then
yeah,
of course,
exactly.
Leandro Trossard came on as a sub and gave the assist to Zubimendi for the final goal. He was
Yeah.
kind of like on the spotlight to potentially leave the team. Do you think we should sell Trossard, or do you think he should
It,
remain
it,
as a squad player?
this is the problem I have, right? Remember last season when we had a lot of players injured and out, and when you
Mm-hmm.
look at the bench, we didn't have anybody to come on. When Saka was injured, we didn't have a proper replacement. One day we had to step in that position to play. Then we
Yeah,
had Sterling. We had Sterling that whenever he comes in, he's not effective at all,
at all.
and it was difficult. So what I don't want to happen. This is the reason why I'm enjoying this squad now is because the reason why I'm saying that is if we have injury crisis again, it should not be an excuse for us not to move
Yeah,
further.
yeah, we have good
You know,
depth. I agree.
if you remember the conversation I had with you, I think a couple of weeks back when you said should we sell Trossard to the Turkish team
Mm-hmm.
because they made a bid, and I said to you, it's not like if you sell him now, we're gonna use the money. If we sell
Yeah.
him and we don't buy another player, what's the
Of, e-
point?
of
You understand?
equal quality.
Unless we're trying to protect ourselves from FFP or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Gyokeres has a lot to offer. We have a couple of cup games to play. We have FA Cup. We have what's the other one called again? Carling Cup.
Yeah,
We
Carabao
don't.
Cup.
Yeah, Carabao Cup. The names keep changing. We have all those games to come. Do you understand? And if you're playing a team like in League Two, those are the players you want to come in so you can rest the other ones. Somebody like rest like Eze, Amadueke, and
Yeah,
Saka.
I
If you
agree.
have
I
that
agree.
squad, this guy has a lot to play for Arsenal, and he's a very good player. And one of the things I like about him is he hits the ball very well. When he gets the
Yes.
opportunity, he hits the ball, and you
Yeah.
never know what he could be the
Yeah,
difference
and he
at
uses
some
both
point.
feet, and he always comes in clutch too with some very
I mean,
important
somebody that
goals.
somebody that plays left and right foot, you want to sell him now?
Yeah,
No, come on, bro.
yeah, I
Leave
agree.
him for
I
now.
agree.
I'll probably say leave him for now, and let's keep let him continue in the team. I mean, if he's not complaining that he wants to be starting, then why should we be complaining? It's not like we're not paying his salary. So yeah, so
I
I think
agree.
we
I
should.
agree.
I think we should keep him. Yeah, I think we should keep him.
Okay, so now let's talk on the downer. Losing Odegaard to injury. First things first, how long do you think he's going to be out for?
That's injury. That's a shoulder injury. The problem with shoulder injury is it's difficult. I've had a shoulder injury before, and I was out. Like I played football weekly then, and I was out for months. I don't know, but then mine, I broke my actually I broke a
Your
couple of my
collarbone.
yeah, my collarbone. But Odegaard, I don't know if he broke any bones in the shoulder. But what I think is gonna happen is I think he's probably gonna be out for maybe a month or a couple of weeks. Let him rest anyway.
Yeah.
And make sure the shoulder is proper healed before he comes back. Because don't want him to, to come in again. Some of the shoulder badges him, and then the injury is back on again. Do you
Yeah, and
understand? Yeah.
but then again, I think he was even lucky that he just his shoulder because the exact tackle that made him fall, that tackle looked very nasty. I don't know how
It
that guy
was
didn't
it
get a
was
card.
nasty. I was looking at it. I was looking at if the guy's stud was a bit higher, and I think the stud was a bit higher, and the referee should have looked at it again
I should
because
have
you
looked at it
shouldn't do that.
actually.
You should,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
you shouldn't
disgusting,
do that.
man.
The stud was up in the air, and you shouldn't do that kind of tackle in a high tense game like that. He could have easily injured Odegaard for months.
Yeah,
Odegaard would have been out, and we need Odegaard this season. For us to win trophies, this is the guy that opens up the game. Yes,
yeah.
sometimes he might have a bad game, which is understandable. Like I said to you, these players are human beings. So,
Mm-hmm.
but he's the kind of person that can open up pockets. Like I said to you earlier on, if you see the difference between Odegaard and Waneri is a good player. He's an amazing talent. He was playing mostly on the right today, like he was playing well with Nottingham Forest. But Odegaard
Mm-hmm.
is different.
He's
When he
everywhere.
comes out, he spreads the ball all around the pitch.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
goes on the left, he goes on the right. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
difference between him. And he sees who's freer, easier, quicker.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's one of the
yeah.
things about him. He's also a smart player that knows when he gets the ball, he anticipates it. He anticipates what he's gonna do with the ball. And that's one of the things I like about him. He reminds me of Ozil. And Ozil,
Yeah.
not as talented as Ozil in his day, but he's as good as Ozil. You
Yeah,
understand what I mean?
another key thing was that we missed his press. As soon as he left the
Yeah,
pitch, we didn't have that press from the final third
exactly.
again. One area
Exactly.
is good, but it cannot offer all that. But I just hope
Yeah.
he gets well soon.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So
No, yeah.
my own
Go-
happiness is the fact that at least we have a player like one area who can now fill in for him, and that will be helpful. And it will show up
yeah.
easy if we need to deploy him as well.
Yeah. One area is good. I think one area, if one area keeps his position on the team, then Eze is gonna continue on the left, which is good. And Eze, as you can see today, yeah, he didn't Eze did well in that position. Yeah, forget his assist, but there was a few runs that he did that I was thinking, yeah, finally we got somebody that can look up, that can, use the ball and do something he used to do. He's used to that. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we have Eze. You don't know how excited I am that we have Eze. I've been watching that guy for a long time. It's not just about having it. There's a difference between having a player and having a player that is a full-blown Arsenal supporter that
Mm-hmm.
used to play in our youth team. He is like he loves us. That's the thing. So that means he's gonna be playing his heart out more than any other
Mm-hmm.
player. Look at what happened to
Yeah.
Liverpool when they lost this guy. What's his name? To Bayern Munich. Um,
Diaz.
Diaz. This is the problem when you have players like that, right? He's not a Liverpool supporter, obviously. We know that already. And I remember
Yeah.
we had this discussion about when Jota died, and he a day later
Went for a
or within
party or
within within
something.
hours he was in the park getting photographed. You can tell that this player, his heart wasn't even in Liverpool. Do you understand what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the difference between getting a player that has a heart in your team. Just like
Mm-hmm.
somebody like Harry Kane. Harry Kane was
Mm-hmm.
out and out Tottenham fan, even though he started with us and started hating us because we let him go when he was like 8 or 9.
Yeah,
But he became a
but he was always punishing us every time he played us
he
now.
was punishing us, yeah. But that's the thing. I like players who are full blown Arsenal supporters, just like Thierry Henry and what was it, Martin Keown. Those guys are proper. When those guys put on the shirt, they play their hearts out. And I think that's what's going to happen with that's
Is
what we
it?
have with Waneri, Eze, Saka,
Mm-hmm.
who else?
Even Saliba,
Waneri,
Luis Kelly
Sterling,
as well.
Saliba,
Dalman. Mm-hmm.
Doman. Those
And
guys are proper Arsenal. Like there's something I enjoy. There's a difference when you have a proper Arsenal fan. When we lose, you can tell that it actually directly affects them. They don't go out
mm-hmm.
there start talking to the agent about getting a move or getting
Mm-hmm.
fighting over pay rises. Like Saliba, he's already discussing about extending his
Contract.
contract.
Yeah.
Saka is already talking about extending his contract. Do you understand? These
Yeah.
players want to stay. Do you
Yeah, but,
understand?
but, but, but the real MVP is Andrea Beta. I don't know whether Edu would have been able to do all this, man. That guy has been awesome for us, man.
Do you know what? Yeah, Eddie did well for Arsenal. Don't get me wrong. I know. I probably have a go at him every now and then, but I feel he should have done better. He done well, and one of the things that he done well was bringing Rice to Arsenal. That is
Yeah.
no break. That was one of his skillful
Best
game. That
moves. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that was his best moves. But
Yeah.
looking at this new guy now, getting eight quality players in,
And,
like
and, and,
Mosquera.
and three contracts that he signed Gabriel, Lewis Kelly, and one
Exactly.
Emery.
Yeah, this you can tell this new guy knows what he's doing. He's doing far better than Edu. Edu could have done better, but I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he was worried about FFP. I know that there's a point. I think last season they talked about it. Arsenal was closed that we need to watch our finances and all that stuff. And the only thing that can change that was for us to finish in Champions League spot as well, finish
Mm-hmm.
at least second or first on the table. Then we're gonna have money to spend. Do you understand? So obviously
Yeah.
we can be able to carry our finances over. And that's exactly what happened. Now, if you remember in January transfer window, we didn't buy a single player.
True.
And these guys forced it. They say, you know what, we're going to use internal. They forced it so that we can have an amazing summer. And you know what, we are all upset in January. And I was thinking, no way Arsenal didn't buy a player. No, everybody was upset that we didn't get a player. We still had a
Mm-hmm.
good run, knowing fully well we had injuries. But what happened in the summer? They corrected every single mistake that we had
Yeah,
last
yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah. Everything was
All
sorted
this.
out. Everything.
Which
Everything.
means that even me, I know I used the injury excuse last season, which is true. I mean, Arsenal lost a lot of players last season to injury. We lost Odegaard at the same time. We lost Saka. We lost
Mm-hmm.
Havertz.
Havertz. Yeah.
We lost
Gabriel.
Martinelli. We lost Gabriel. So
Yeah.
we
There's a
was
lot
we was
actually.
so we played above our means to even get to the position we were. Even
I
without
agree.
losing all
Yeah.
those players, we went and beat Real Madrid back and forth in at
Yeah.
home and at their game.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Unfortunate that came to haunt us in Paris. I feel that
Yeah.
a lot could have changed in Paris. Like we could have.
Yeah.
It was either there or there. I assume that we're gonna beat Paris comfortably because we're already beating them. But
Yeah,
they've come with
yeah,
their A game.
and we are already beating them in the group stages, if you remember.
Yeah,
We know
we
that.
beat them comfortably. So it was unfortunate that it happened, and I know fully well that if we was able to get past Paris,
We
those
have
guys was
won
ready to put blood on the pitch to
against
fight for
Inter.
Arsenal to get that
Yeah,
UEFA Champions League for the first
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's
This
all the
season,
same.
I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited about what's gonna happen. We're gonna play Bayern
Mm-hmm.
Munich very soon. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember like somebody I was on Twitter and Bayern Munich say, "Oh hi Arsenal." When they saw that we're gonna play them,
Oh,
somebody said to
yeah,
him, somebody came and
Kenty.
replied them, say, "Hey bro, this is not this is not 2016. This is not 2016 anymore. We're not messing about anymore. We're not about that anymore.
I
So if
agree
it
with you,
comes to play
man.
us, and if you remember when we played the last time we played Bayern Munich, we went toe to toe with them.
Yeah,
And I feel that
it was 1-0 now. It was a close game, actually.
yeah, if you remember the whole last game, that home game we had, Saka had a penalty and the referee didn't give it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm still upset about that till today.
The 2-2
If
draw, yeah?
if we won that game and went to their home, the confidence these boys are gonna have, they're gonna knock those guys out. Do you
Yeah,
understand?
I agree.
And the team we would have played after that game was Real Madrid. And
Yes.
imagine when we go to Real Madrid and beat them, Real Madrid wouldn't have won that Champions League. We would have played BVB. You understand?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. I agree. I agree.
I know I'm an Arsenal fan saying, yeah, we would have beat Real Madrid because that's how confident I am with the team because I've seen
Oh,
it
no, no,
happen.
no, no.
When we
Yeah,
beat
the team is good. The team is quite good.
when we played Real Madrid last season, we didn't even have the full squad, and we still outplayed them, beat them comfortably. So
Mm-hmm.
imagine what we're gonna do with them with this squad that we have now. Oh God,
Yeah. No,
I
that's
just want them
awesome.
like just bring them again. And Paris, if we face Paris again, they're not gonna face the same Arsenal.
Yeah, so speaking of Champions League, our next opponents are Athletic Club. We played them in preseason this year and we brought
Yeah, I
them
watched that game.
3-0.
I watched that game live. I watched that game live at the Emirates Stadium. And my friend, okay, left. He came to visit London as well. Was able the
Yeah.
one that was commenting, and I told him I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to see the game. And he said to me, "Shit, I said to him, well, if you told me, you should have done your ticket a week after. Then we could have gone and
Yeah, they
seen the
have
game."
got
He said,
together.
laughing.
Yeah.
So a week after he left, he flew back to America. I went to see that game at Emirates, and that's the first game. I had to see that game because I said when we got Gyokeres, I said I had to watch this guy live. Then and I'm planning to watch a couple of Arsenal games at Emirates this season as well. So I watched that
Mhm.
Athletic game, and it was so easy. The game was so easy, but then again, that's not a competitive match. If you remember,
Yeah.
it's not a competitive match.
Mhm.
So some of them probably know they're putting their legs properly, and they're gonna have to face Arsenal now. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of our fans were saying, "Oh yeah, there's a lot of our fans love what's this kid's name again? They're gonna the Spanish
Williams, Nico Williams.
Williams. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what I want our fans to watch is now watch Williams try to get through Timber. He's not gonna get
yeah.
past Timber. He's not gonna get past Timber. So that
That,
game, I think we're gonna win that game.
yeah,
I think it's gonna be an easy game for Arsenal.
that'd be an interesting battle, and I agree with you. I think Arsenal has enough in the tank to see out
Oh,
any threats that
yeah, it's
will-
a Spanish team. So we're going to meet them at home. We have a couple of Spanish players that are going to translate for the other regular British players in the team what they are saying on the pitch. So, so yeah, we should be able to easily beat these guys. They are good. Athletic is a good club. Don't get me wrong. They do well in Spanish league, but then again, anything outside of the top four in Spain is it's not really good enough, is it? They can't do much. If you
yeah.
remove Barcelona, remove Real Madrid, remove Atletico Madrid, I don't think anybody else there actually puts up a fight. It's like everybody just comes there to give 3 points to the top three.
Yeah. It's tiring to
Apart from
I can't even watch La Liga game because I'm very certain that they are gonna win. Madrid and Barca. It's always tiring to watch them.
yeah,
Actually.
it's Spanish league. Watching that is boring. It is boring. Like you always have two people fighting for the league, and every now and then they let Atletico Madrid win the league after 5 years or whatever,
For
and
five,
everything
six
just goes
years.
and it goes back to normal. This season we know is either Barcelona or Real Madrid again. Chances are it's gonna be Barcelona. You
Yeah.
understand? And that's what's gonna happen. But Athletic Club is a good club. It's one of those top four clubs as well.
Yeah, with
And
Valencia and the rest, yes.
yeah, they do. But when you watch them, if you watch them in when they play a Premier League club, they get humbled. Last season, I swear they played. What did they play again? Was it Man United that they played?
Yeah, Man United. Man U beat them actually.
Yeah,
I
so Man
remember.
United was 17 on the table. Man United was losing games back and forth in the Premier League. They couldn't even win
Yeah.
one game and win another game next. And
No. But beat them
Man
up.
United yeah, Man United got them and beat them like these guys was nothing. And these guys I'm talking about was already in top four in the La Liga. And Man
And
United that was 17 or 16 it was beat them like there was nothing.
yeah,
No,
no,
come
but
on, man.
it just goes to show how tough the Premier League actually is. The team that was 16th and the team that was 17th were the two teams that made the Europa League final.
I can imagine.
Why they kept on beating a couple of folks. So I
Yeah,
really have been having a lot of things on the chat talking about how
yeah.
easy has been outstanding. Manuel going to give Saka a run for his money,
Mm,
and of course he mentioned something about Mosquera being a big steal. To think it just cost us 13 million. That was a
yeah.
very good move for us.
Is it 80 million euros or something like that?
Yeah.
Which works out about that, yeah. It's a steal because nobody else was looking at him. And that's one of the things. This is the thing. That's the only anger I have with Chelsea's Arsenal scouts when they go to Chelsea to get a player. I'm thinking, this is what you guys should be doing. Discover, during Wenger eras, right? Wenger came into Arsenal and he looked at the table. They said to him, "Look, mate, we're planning to build a big stadium so we can be able to eventually be able to compete with teams like Man United at the time, which have a big stadium, and Liverpool. So our purse, is very small. So this is what we're going to be doing." Wenger said, "Okay, what we're going to do is going to get amazing scouts, and we're going to discover. We're going to be getting players like undiscovered players, and bringing them to Arsenal,
Yeah.
and make them what they are." There's something that they have. Wenger had a lot of contacts in France, and there's a. I don't know if you want, you can Google this later. France has this youth club, right,
Yeah.
where they train kids. These kids sleep, wake up, and sleep. That's where Anelka and Thierry Henry trained. Do you know Thierry Henry
Let,
and Anelka
yeah,
were
Les
childhood
Uli.
friends?
Yeah, Les Uli is here in France.
Yes, I can't remember the club, right? So
Mm-hmm.
these places is where you go and discover talents that is not going to cost you a lot of money. Wenger was buying 2 million players and turning them into superstars. We bought Anelka. I think we bought Anelka for 2 million and sold him to Real Madrid for about 18 million.
18 million pounds. Yes, yes, that was a
Exactly.
steal.
Exactly. Then we gave Thierry Henry opportunity. Thierry Henry didn't cost us much. I think it was a 500,000 at the time. I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah, from
And
Juventus.
yeah, he wasn't even playing. He wasn't playing much in Juventus. Wenger said to him, "Look,
Uh,
you're a 19-year-old kid. Come to me. You be my big star, whatever." He came there. He had a big star in Beckham to guide him. And guess what? The rest they say is history. And this is what we need to go back to. I'm not saying we should penny pinch, or that's not what I'm saying. But we used to go back to those times, like we got Mascara now. Go and start finding all those undiscovered talents that nobody hears about. They just bring that guy into the stadium, put him on the pitch. Everybody's gonna support that kid to be one of the biggest stars. Every
yeah,
single star that we had back in the day, we didn't spend huge amount of money on them. Van Persie, how much did we buy Van Persie? Nobody even knew that Van Persie was a
yeah,
part of our team.
from Feyenoord. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I think I think things are a bit different in the sense that right now we're a whole lot more ambitious. So the idea of trying out a couple of folks might not necessarily work out in the sense that right now we're in the position where we need to just focus on winning trophies. It's clubs
yeah.
like Brighton, clubs like West Ham, that can go out there, get some talent from different clubs and sell them for 100 million. But you can see the signings we made this season. It was a mid combination.
Yeah.
We needed a striker, we got a striker. We need to sort out our goalkeeping issues, we got a goalkeeper. Stuff like that. But I'm very happy with how things are panning out right now on the team, and looking
We
forward
have
to,
yeah. Go on. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm looking
Go on.
forward to the next game on Tuesday.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I know. We used to call this guy. What's this guy that went to Man United? This striker that went to Man United. What's his name again?
Chido Obi Martin,
No, no, not Chidobe Man United. The one Man United bought. What's
Van
his name again?
Persie.
No, their striker. Their new striker.
Oh,
Sesko.
Benjamin Shesko.
Sesko. Remember when we assumed that Sesko was ours? That he's coming, he's
Oh
ours.
my God.
And this new guy came in, Better came in, and to be honest, I think we went for Sesko. And this guy said putting like 90 million to us and all that. We say, you know what?
Yeah.
We went to Sporting, and Sporting told us, yeah, this is 60 million. I
Yeah.
think Arsenal stopped talking about Sesko a long time ago. There's an interview somebody posted on Twitter, right? This guy was having a meeting. He was having this was months back. This guy was having a podcast. Like he was having a podcast with
Okay.
a media guy. I posted in an Arsenal group as well. This guy was discussing about something, and he said, "Oh yeah, that Gyökeres is his friend. That he's gonna call him on a video call on the meeting." And they called him. He said, "Oh, Gyökeres, how you doing?" Gyökeres goes like, "Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm on holiday and all that stuff." And this was before the season ended as well. And the guy
Yeah.
said to him, "Oh yeah, you're going." Well, I think this early on the transfer window, just way
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
And
I know join
the guy said
Arsenal.
to him, "Oh yeah, you're going to Arsenal, aren't you?" Gyökeres started laughing. Then they finished conversation. He said to him, "Okay, let me know when the Arsenal move goes through."
True.
Gyökeres
Yeah.
said, "Sure." So Gyökeres knew from day one that he's coming to Arsenal. He
Yeah.
knew. So that means that we would have communicated to him that we're gonna go for him, that we're gonna go and buy him. So Sesko, I don't think we actually went back for Sesko again. We didn't discuss Sesko again. We didn't do anything about Sesko again. And right
No,
now,
no.
looking at Gyökeres and Sesko, I think that we have done an amazing job getting Gyökeres over Sesko.
Yeah. It looks like we have actually dodged the bullet or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
Sesko is a young kid. He's still 21. Don't get me wrong. He's gonna give Man United a lot of years. But I think right now what we needed was Gyökeres over Sesko.
yeah, I don't believe it was worth 90 million. That didn't make any sense. And
No,
I'm very
I
happy
think it's
that
because of his age.
yeah, I know, but still, I'm happy we called Leipzig's bluff and left the deal and went for Gyökeres because that didn't make any sense. Shesko is good. I'm not saying he's not good, but he wasn't prolific. Gyökeres scored 97 goals in 102 games for Sporting.
The guy
That
was scoring
record
goals.
is pathetic. It's
Yeah,
disgusting.
it's
And
not, and it's not just like he scored in that league. You know, it's a lot of people is gonna say it's Farmers League.
he
The
scored in the
guy scored a
Champions
hat trick
League.
against Man United. He was
Man
scoring in
City.
Champions League. So he's scoring away from his comfort zone as well. And he is the right player that we needed now. And the blend of mix of the kind of players we have experience, we have the young
Youth.
players coming through, and also, like I said, we also have to start getting those undiscovered talents as well, bringing them through as well. And there's a kid that we bought from an Irish league as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
think the kid is
Shamrock
16.
Rovers. Yes, I remember
Exactly.
this.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a striker or not, but I think he's an attacking player. This is what I like. This is what Wenger used to do. And this is what we need. So Gyokeres is 27 now. He's going to be 28 soon. And by the time he's 30, 31, we should be having that kind of player to be coming in. Just like we did with Thierry Henry and Van Persie. Remember, Thierry Henry was coming to the end of his career. Van Persie was
Coming
emerging
up,
as the next huge
yes,
striker.
yes,
And nobody
yes.
knew what was going to happen. As soon as Thierry Henry started getting injured and we have Van Persie coming in, we say, okay, this guy's a talent. This guy's a talent. I think we're gonna go back to those games. And one of the things about Premier League and clubs outside, if you notice something, right? I don't know if you've been following transfer dealings outside of EPL. Remember this guy that plays for Nigeria as well, that plays for uh, what's this club called again? Atlanta, yeah. Um,
Atalanta.
Atlanta,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, Lookman, Ademola Lookman.
Lookman, yeah. Lookman, we all know that Lookman is a superstar. He's a world-class player. Everybody knows that, yeah. Inter Milan is bidding for 40 million for him, and Atlanta is not rejecting it because they think this amount is small. They're rejecting it
Yeah,
because they need him, right, to continue to
yeah,
stay in the club, right?
yeah.
Do you think that if somebody like Arsenal, Man City, or Liverpool come, that that those guys gonna accept us bidding for 40 million? This is
Nah,
the problem. Is because we have the TV rights in EPL. The TV rights is
yeah,
amazing. Like
of
it
course, of
spreads the
course.
money. That's why we are pressing their neck in Champions League now.
Yeah, because
We should,
see someone
yeah,
like Noah Okafor leaving AC Milan to join Leeds.
yeah, exactly. And he's
You
gonna
know,
get more pay. He's gonna get more pay
oh, of
in
course, he's
Leeds.
gonna get more pay. He's
Yeah,
gonna get more
and
pay.
if you look at it, yeah, you can check this as well, right? A player getting relegated, yeah, gets more TV money than
Than
a team that finishes third in La Liga. I think that's mad. And it just shows what people
my God.
watch. Nobody watches anything outside of Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Yeah,
So
but
the
it's the
same
truth
in France.
actually. In the
Yeah.
truth.
So yeah, and in Italy as well.
Like,
Italy as well, the same.
right now, I can comfortably watch Crystal Palace Sunderland, but I can't
Yeah.
watch Catania versus Verona.
Yeah, exactly. So if
You
you look
know?
at it, they don't like, those teams don't have money because this is what happens to them, and they don't receive a lot of TV money. And that's why if you look at
Yeah.
their transfer dealing, they either want to play on loan or they're buying a player for 20 million or 15 million, or they're waiting for a player to come on free transfer.
Yeah.
And that is the problem because we have that monopoly. We have that
The free
monopoly.
transfers and all that. I agree.
Yeah, we have that money. Look at Liverpool buying 130 million player and 100 million player in the same transfer window. While
Yeah.
these guys are begging a 40 million player, a player bidding 40 million for a world class player in the same Serie A. Oh, come on. Yeah, I
Okay,
think that's one of the things we have with them.
yeah, so before we round up, let's just talk about what Arinze is talking on the chat. He said that we suck at selling players and that needs to change. Why do we have this challenge in selling players at Arsenal?
Do you know what? This problem didn't start today. It's even Wenger era. I can't remember when we used to sell players for big money. Do you understand? Um, I think we have to look at it from top to bottom. Like it's not because obviously you can say yeah, Chelsea did amazing selling players, but you're forgetting that Chelsea also paid money for those players as well. Do you understand what I mean? Like when the club was taken over from Roman Abramovich, that means that Chelsea didn't have the FFP. It was I don't know how they did it, but it meant that Chelsea can buy as much players as possible, and Chelsea are buying all these players. So they was buying players, buying players, buying players. Those are the players they're selling. Okay. Yeah. Man United sell players, Man City sell players, and a lot of people sell players. Who are you gonna sell for 40 million? Who are you gonna sell? Who are you gonna sell? Because
Okay,
at the end of
now
the day, no, I'm coming to that. Yeah.
okay,
So
yeah,
we had
sorry for cutting you. My biggest challenge is that our record signing, our record sale is still Chamberlain, 40 mil.
I know 40 million because we sold him to a Premier League club. Do you understand? That was years ago, and what I expected was like because of these guys, the way this guy played in Champions League last season, that a lot of people are gonna be fighting to pay maybe 30, 40 million to get him from Arsenal. But the problem is that the people that are bidding for him are not even in Premier League. So I'm
Yeah.
talking about Kewa. So say for example that a club like say for example a club like Tottenham came for Kewa, we will be able to sell Kewa for at least 50 million. But the
True.
problem is that the clubs coming for him don't have money. We had to let him go on loan to Porto.
Yeah.
So now I have an agreement that they're gonna buy him for like 20 million euros.
Yeah,
The
later,
players that
next
the
season.
problem is that is the people that are coming to buy our players. Like what's this guy? This kid that is that went on loan again to Brentford. What's his name again?
Rhys
Rhys
Nelson,
Nelson. Rhys Nelson.
100K per week.
Yeah, Rhys Nelson. We're not getting bid from outside of UK. The people that are trying to buy him are looking for loan because they know fully well that his contract is gonna come to an end very soon, and they can have it
Yeah.
for free. But
Yes. Same
it's
with
a
Zinchenko.
problem because the only players that we can actually sell are the players that we need. Do you understand? That's the problem we have at Arsenal at the moment. If you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna sell Martinelli, chances are we can sell him for up to 100 million. But obviously, we don't want him. We don't want to sell him. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Those are the players we can sell for big money. But we actually need those players. You're gonna sell Odegaard. Odegaard is gonna go for big money. We bought it for 35 million. Do you think we're gonna let Odegaard go for something like 60 million? No. The players that we can actually sell for big money is the ones we need. But the
True.
ones we
True.
don't need, all those clubs know that we don't need them. So that's why they're doing what they're doing. Madueke,
Yeah.
if he stayed at Chelsea, he would have still been starting for Chelsea as well. Do you understand what I mean? So they
Mm-hmm.
knew that for them to release him, they had to agree. And on top of that, he's an English player. So there's this thing about EPL having an EPL quota of English players. So they know that if we're gonna get from Madueke 50 million or not.
Yeah.
And yeah. So this is the problem we have now, and it's something that we need to find a way to solve. And maybe we should start producing more youth players, selling them on loan, and selling them for big money, getting them to the right team on loan, and so that they can do well in that club. Then when they come back, we can say, yeah, bring us 30 million and it's all yours. Then we can be able to
Mm.
start selling again. Because yes, it's
Mm.
an issue. Because again, if you sell a player that come from your academy for say 30 million, is what they call real money.
True.
You
True.
understand? It's not deducted from all your, whatever
Yeah.
in and out and all that stuff. So that's the difference
Mm-hmm.
between this stuff. And this is where we need to work on, say, you know what, we need to do this.
Okay,
So
that's all good. So
yeah.
thank you so much, G, for being part of
Bro, it's
today's
a
stream.
pleasure. I'm glad that I was able to join today, yeah, I haven't joined before. Yeah, okay, okay, is my friend. Well, actually,
Yeah.
it's my childhood friend. So I'm the one that brought him to Arsenal Group. I've been begging this guy for years to come to Arsenal Group, just so you know. Then every now and then when we play football, he comes and start arguing in our CIC group. I said, "Shit, bro, you need to come when we discuss this thing live."
Okay, so
Yeah.
obviously it's good to see you in future streams as well. So
Oh
just
no, no,
know.
definitely, definitely, I'm gonna come again. Yeah, I'm gonna come again. It was good talking. Bring
Uh,
me in when we lose a game as well. So I mean, I don't hope that we lose the
yeah,
game.
so
I don't
I'll
hope that
let
we lose
you.
the game, but I want to talk about it because when we lose a game, I think I always have my head on. I'll be upset, but I still have my head on. I don't go mad. I don't go crazy like I can. And like you go mental, start discussing this and that. No, 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 it's not the end of this. I still see football as football. You
Mhm.
can't you don't have monopoly to win every single game.
I
You
agree. I
know,
agree.
we don't
I
have a
agree.
monopoly. Yes, I think, like I said, the issue we have is we haven't won major trophy for a long time, and I know there's a lot of
Mhm.
Arsenal fans are impatient. But if you start
Yeah.
asking these impatient Arsenal fans, like when have you followed us when we used to win trophy? They say, yeah, no, this and that. I
Yeah.
understand how it feels not to win trophies because I'm used to it. I started supporting Arsenal when we was known as the bad guys, when it was just us and Alex Ferguson fighting
Yeah.
it.
Back
Nobody else
then.
was coming close. Nobody else was coming close. So imagine
True.
me knowing
True.
fully well that I'm coming next season and knowing fully well that it's either us or Man United. So now
Yeah.
deciding it's either us, it's Man City, or it's Liverpool. That's the situation we
Mhm.
have now. But we have a good
Mhm.
squad now.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do actually. We do. All right, man.
yeah.
So thanks for everyone that was in the chat today. Okay, and
No
Arizi
worries.
Osebo. Always glad to see you guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next stream. Till
No
then,
worries, bro.
come on, you
Take care.
gunners. Bye, bro.